evening and welcome to Hungary Report, Station of Public Media and One's foreign language news hour. I'm Csenge Gabriela Ibolya with today's news from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. Let's begin. Migrants in the Balkans are trying again and again to cross over to Hungary. The number of attempts has increased significantly in the last 2 weeks, with more and more people trying to cross rivers, which is why more speedboats have been put in place to protect the southern border. There are noticeably more illegals in Vojvodinian settlements, and more people are returning from Bosnia towards Serbia as well.
Due to the increased pressure at the southern border, a joint investigation was held by the state secretaries of the Defense Ministry and the Interior Ministry. Szilárd Németh pointed out that the attempts to cross the border have increased significantly in the past 2 weeks. In addition, contrary to previous years, migrants are even trying to get through across rivers. We've been present with speedboats on the rivers Tisza and Maros, and in Bács-Kiskun County at the Danube-Tisza Canal. The police asked us to stay in the winter season as well, as unlike in the years before, they've witnessed movement there as well, the state secretary said. The government's aim is to guarantee the safety of its people and the country. This is what the parliamentary state secretary of the Ministry of Interior said. I would like to thank the soldiers, the police, the border control authorities for their service, for allowing us to peacefully prepare for the holidays, for allowing Hungarian families to be waiting for Christmas in tranquility, as they don't have to fear an influx of illegal migrants breaking into Hungary, jeopardizing their safety and the safety of Hungarian families. I believe we will continue to do everything in the future to maintain this, Károly Kontrát said. 8,000 people are currently piled up in Bosnia, and some of them have already started heading towards Serbia, where the number of illegal migrants is expected to be even higher. Many of them plan to go to Western Europe through Hungary.
It can be considered a Central European success that NATO has finally declared mass migration a security challenge, Prime Minister Viktor Orbán said at a 2-day summit in London, which he was attending to celebrate the organization's 70th anniversary. The Prime Minister stated that the final declaration acknowledged that migration from the south should indeed be addressed.
This is a great development, a major step forward, with so many little steps done over the years by the Hungarian Foreign Minister and Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade. The fact that we've been able to achieve this can be regarded as a Central European success, as we have always pushed NATO's attention to migration and towards the threat of terrorism, which accumulates from migration. In the future, NATO will take action mobilizing more resources and more money against illegal global migration, which results in terrorism.
Until Hungarians in Transcarpathia regain their previously taken away rights, Hungary will not be able to take back its veto that is blocking Ukraine from joining NATO. This is what Péter Szijjártó said in London. The Foreign Affairs and Trade Minister said that it is in Hungary's interest that Ukraine should be strong, secure and democratic country, because the more stable the country, the better the situation of the Hungarians living in Transcarpathia.
It is not a difficult task. We are not asking for anything extra. We are not asking for any additional rights for Transcarpathian Hungarians. We're only asking for exactly what they had in the past, and our veto on Ukraine wanting to join NATO will be taken back once there is an opportunity for Hungarians to get these rights back. If this happens, then of course, we too will end our veto straight away.
All over the country, homeless shelters are ready for the winter. People without anywhere to go during these extremely cold days are already awaited in these institutions, while crisis transportation vehicles are on the streets helping the homeless non-stop. Social care workers try to persuade most to go to a hostel. Most institutions still have vacancies, but they can provide extra beds if they're needed.
The car is packed. 2 staff members of the Hungarian Charity Service of the Order of Malta are ready to go on their usual afternoon trip. They will travel through Budapest. Their first stop is Városmajor Park. They have gotten many calls from this area about a covered man sitting on a bench for hours. After a few steps, they found him. They know him well. He has been homeless for decades. He says he never really had a home. The man is currently staying at a homeless shelter but goes out to the streets during the day. It's sad, my parents threw me out and then put me into an orphanage, which is where I grew up. From then on, I've been living at the shelter, the man said. The social workers gave the man hot tea, a blanket and gloves and asked him to go to the nearby homeless shelter as soon as possible. Then they went off to continue the non-stopping wintertime patrol.
A bejelentések száma megnövekedett.
We get a growing number of calls. Our colleagues are consistently checking the usual locations, and we go out on residential calls as well. We are trying to get the homeless to a warm, secure place, Péter Pálinkás said. This year, the ones in need are mostly brought to the homeless center located in Krisztinaváros. Food, bathing, cleanliness, washing up, having something to eat, everything. They are fully provided for, including clean clothes and medicine. They can stay at the daytime shelter as long as they want and get rest at the night shelter during the evenings. We never refuse anyone for lack of space. This means that if it's necessary, we can transform offices, community spaces, and can create more room. We have a place for anyone who needs it, who asks for help, Boton Csaba Aba explained. A countrywide dispager service operates 24 hours a day, which can be called by anyone if they see a homeless person in need.
More fantastic items have been donated for auction to the It's Good to Be Good charity campaign. You can bid on a unique porcelain from Híradó and Miklós Fenyő's original handwritten lyrics on the charity show. This year, public media is trying to raise money for the Péter Czerny Foundation for newborns. Till now, 25 million forints, or 75.5 thousand euros, have been collected with phone calls and text messages. The drive will last until next Sunday.
The multi-award-winning songwriter is holding the lyrics of a classic hit song, the original text of the song made in Hungary, along with a photo of himself and on the back a personal recommendation. The home of all my activities and dreams is this country, Hungary. Miklós Fenyő has offered the handwritten original version of his lyrics and an autographed picture for public media's charity action called It's Good to Be Good. Next to well-known artists and athletes, more and more companies are donating to the charity program. Hair & Porcelain, for example, has been supporting the initiative since the very beginning. This year, they've offered a unique piece of porcelain. Its specialty is that it's one of a kind, as only one of these has been made. This year, public media is collecting donations for the Péter Czerny Foundation, which has been saving and providing safe transportation of premature babies for 30 years. The foundation plans to purchase new equipment from the donations. Contributions can still be made until December 15th. The charity action will finish with a full-day program next Sunday. That's when the exclusive Hair & Porcelain will be on auction, along with the match ball from the opening match at the Puskás Arena and a dedicated tie from French actor Jean-Paul Belmondo.
One of the separated Bangladeshi twins underwent another surgery, announced the Action Foundation. The foundation's Hungarian medical team traveled to Bangladesh again for the operations. One of the girls had a part of her skull replaced, while her sister was only prepared for the same surgery, which will take place next year. The condition of the little girl is stable. Those who visit Balatonlellel can also learn about the operation of a real chocolate factory. In the Chili Choco Bonds workshop, they make and fill sweets by hand, be it chocolate bars, lollipops or even bonbons. The manufacturer is already preparing for Christmas. Festive sweets are being produced in hundreds of different flavors. And for the first time in a decade, ice wine has been harvested in Sümeg. The sweet special drink is made according to very strict standards using traditional methods. Special exact weather conditions are also needed. The harvest is still in progress and the wine from the grapes picked can be tasted during next spring. And that's all for now, but don't forget you can catch Hungary Reports every night after 11 o'clock news and online as always. Do stick around for our German, Russian and Chinese language news. Thank you for watching and have a lovely evening.